Hello. Well, I'm going to answer some questions today about what do you do to have an MFM in a married situation when you are married. I've had lots of questions over the years, people asking me about this possibility, and there's a lot of fears as well. So I'm going to answer the questions one by one that I've been receiving over a long period of time, and I hope I can answer the questions that you might have around having an MFM in a marriage. First of all, I want to say that, as a married couple, you have a relationship. You create a relationship, and you can create whatever relationship you both desire. There is no set formula here, although there are lots of old beliefs about what a relationship should be, what a marriage should be. When you enter into spaces of sexually exploring, you have to let go of that old belief system and start creating exactly what the two of you want to have. Now, it has to be consensual, of course, so it takes conversation, and it takes divulging your desires with each other, putting on the table, what do you want? What kind of relationship do you want here? But you have to create it together, and you can do whatever you desire, whatever you want to have. It's only about the two of you, not about anybody else or about what anybody else thinks. It's only about you. We are parents. Can we still do this? Well, this is a question I get, and this is a fear that I had too when I before I had my first MFM with my partner, was I'm a parent. We're mother and father. We have kids. We have been together for a long time. Can we actually do this? Are we allowed to do this? And there was a lot of fear around that because there are certain ideas about what a mother should be, what a father should be, what your core relationship should be. And it certainly does not include threesomes, MFMs. So you have to get over that first and understand that before you are a mother and a father, you are a sexual being, okay? That's what you are at the core. You have children because you had sex, because you were able to connect sexually. You are together as a partnership because you like to have intimate connection with each other. First and foremost, that is what you bring to the table. That is your energy. So we forget about that. We get wrapped up in the kids and the life and the house and the dog and the cats and all of this kind of stuff that we create around having a family. But don't forget that you are a sexual being, and that sexual energy that moves through your body is very powerful, and it's very important that the two of you allow each other some playroom, some room to explore in that area so that you can grow as a couple, so that you can expand as your own sexual being. We are an older couple. Can we still do this? This is also something that is unfortunate, that there has been this sort of ageist kind of attitude about connecting sexuality with getting older, and that as you get older, of course, sex dies, that you don't feel it anymore, that you don't want it anymore, and in the relationship, it's just normal, that nothing happens. But this is absolutely false. Actually, as you get older, you desire different kinds of things. You move into different kinds of spaces when it comes to sexuality. You open the door to other possibilities. Your body requires different kinds of stimulations, and you have different desires. It's very normal and absolutely totally fine to be having any kind of intimate or sexual connection at any age. And not only is it fine, but it is a very, very healthy thing to do. It makes you feel more youthful. It gives you longevity because you're filling your body with this beautiful creative energy, and you feel more alive in your body. So it's a very, very healthy thing to do. So don't even look at, and don't even say, or if your partner says, oh, I'm too old, say, dude, honey, no, we're on a journey, let's go. Now, if you are interested in really building up this new kind of relationship and building the energy within your body so that you feel really confident to start talking about your desires, and you feel more connected to your partner in a deeper way that you have ever felt before, I have a perfect program for you called Empower, Men's Intimacy, Sexuality, and Masculine Power Unleashed. The next start of the program is April the 10th. And it is a place where we start to build that confidence in you from every cell in your body. It's a group program, so you get to share and hear stories from other men that are going through the same journey. We work deeply on masculine and feminine energies so that you really understand who you are as a masculine being in your divine energy and in your dark masculine energy, both which are needed to create a really dynamic, intimate, and sexual connection. So if this resonates with you, first link in the description below, apply for M-Power. It's open April the 10th. Love to see you there. How do we meet someone? That's a big question, and yes, good one too, very good one. There are lots of different places that you can meet people, and I talk about this in two different ways, the online and the organic method. So the online, there are so many apps right now that you can go to, and you can check, you can add a profile, you and your partner say exactly what you want, put up some pictures, and start looking online. There are people out there all over the world that are looking for this kind of scenario. The other method is the organic method, and that's when the two of you decide, okay, let's just open up this possibility. We both want it. We've both made some decisions about the kind of person we want to connect with and the kind of experience that we'd like to have and the boundaries that we have. Let's start meeting people and talking about it. Let's start looking at, oh, look at that person. How about that person? How about in your circle of people? Look into the possibilities of what is around you. And when you go to events, you go to parties, or you're even on the street, talk about it. Oh, that person is interesting. What do you think about that person? Oh, yeah, very nice looking, yeah. And start to generate it in an organic way. That energy in you will reverberate out, and you will start to magnetize all sorts of interesting possibilities. My wife is terrified. How do I get her excited about it? Well, she's most likely terrified because it's possible that you as the man, has spent a lot of time thinking about it, fantasizing about it, creating it. You have all these ideas in your head, and maybe she hasn't really even opened the door yet. So you want to approach it gently and with just one little step at a time. Talk about, if you haven't talked a lot about sexuality or about your fantasies or your desires, start talking about kinds of things that, well, what would you like to do? How do you want to expand our relationship? What other kinds of things can we do together? What kind of things are interesting to you? Oh, for me, I'm kind of interested in this or in that. What do you think about if we start talking to people about this? And just step by step, little steps at a time, try and introduce her to the possibility. I was terrified myself about even, I had never thought about the idea before. When my partner brought it up, I thought, wow, okay, oh no, how do I do this? It was scary. I'm a woman. I'm an older woman. I'm a mother. Can I let myself go into this direction? It was scary. So we just took it step by step. And yes, I kept pushing back, having excuses for not wanting to participate. But when he said to me one day, listen, you have the power to say no at any time. You can say no when we meet the person. You can say no right in the middle of us in the connection with the person. You have the power. So really know that and stand in that power, because I want you to feel powerful and empowered. So that was huge for me. That made a huge difference. And I was able to then take the steps towards making it happen. What will happen to our relationship if we have an MFM? This is the big fear that a lot of women carry with them. They are afraid of what could potentially transpire, and there's all of these fears start to come up. What if my partner is gay? What if this doesn't work out quite like we thought it would? What if my partner wants to leave me after this? What if I don't like it and something happens to me? And all of these projections that you start to make, men make as well, are usually negative. And really, you cannot know anything about what's going to happen until you take the steps. There are little steps to take, like you have to put up profiles, you have to start opening up your energy to start connecting. Then you have to start meeting people for no play dates to get to know people and find out somebody that you really like. And then you actually maybe find somebody that you connect with, you and your partner. You think, yeah, this would be really fun. Then you have to set up a play date and then a place where you can have it. And then it's actually the date. What's going to happen? So there's lots of steps that you make before it actually happens. And it's the entire journey. So you keep connected, very deeply connected with your partner when you go through this journey. Checking on each other. Are you okay? Is this working for you? Do you like this person? You can't go into this unless you have a strong base of a relationship. You know, you start bringing other people into your relationship, you have to really be a strong, trusting, loving, connected couple. So make sure that that's the case. And I would like to let you know also that as you go through this, you will become an even stronger couple. You learn so much about each other. You gain so much knowledge about your own sexuality. And it actually brings you much closer together. So go on the journey, enjoy it, and keep checking in on each other all the way through. Is it safe to have an MFM? Well, why would it not be safe? You are going to take the steps to ensure your safety, because I say always have a no-play meeting first. So meet at a restaurant or a cafe, a bar, and get to know the person first before you get intimate with them. Make sure that you feel comfortable with them. Make sure you have deep conversation with them about the things that they like and they don't like and what they want to do and not want to do, and really get to know them to make sure you are going to feel like this is a good fit. Now, people usually ask that question, is it safe? Because they think that sex is unsafe. Which is absolutely a falsehood, and which is projected upon us by media, by society, that sex is dangerous, sex is unsafe, you have to be so careful. You can ask the person that you're going to meet about their sexual history, and you should let them know about yours too. What kinds of things you have experienced, if you've had any infections before, what you're dealing with right now, anything, and if you've been tested. So check that they've been tested, make sure that you're tested as well, so that you all feel, okay, we're all good, we're all clean, we're going to be using condoms upon penetration, and let's go and enjoy it, because sex is beautiful, a wonderful, incredible, loving connection that you can have with your partner, with other people. It's an expression of your creativity, your body, and go in it with that very positive attitude, and it will feel like the most natural thing ever. What about our children? What do we tell them? A lot of people are very concerned about their children in this scenario, and I have my own opinion about this. I think that children should be told very directly about, what sex is about. It's age dependent, of course, and you're not going to go into a lot of detail, but when they get into first of all, you can be telling them that there's nothing wrong with sex. You can ask them, what is wrong with sex? Nothing. It's beautiful. It's wonderful expression. That's number one thing you can start with. So they don't have any fears about it. So they don't feel hung up about it. So they don't question it in a negative way, because they're going to get bombarded by information, right? And then at a point when they're teenagers, maybe they're teenagers, and this is when you've decided that you're going to try this MFM, or maybe they're adults. Don't hide it from them. Nothing wrong with it. And you want your children to understand that this is a beautiful expression, that you and your partner love each other deeply, and you're going out and exploring and having fun. And this is the time of life that one can do that. And, let your children know that all of this is okay, and that this is something that you support, and that it's something about you and your partner that is very, very important to you and to your growth. They will not want to know any details. I mean, you can certainly ask them, if you want to know details, let us know, but likely they will not. But they will feel secure in knowing that you are happy, that you as a couple are together and exploring and having fun. Kids need to know that. Kids love to know that. If they get scared, they get shy, they back off, they don't want to talk about it, they think you're crazy, you have to stand in who you are, and stand strong in who you are, so that they can then see your confidence and understand that, oh, okay, well, my parents are feeling strong in this, so I'm going to think about this. You know, is this something for me? Is this not for me? Is this something I might explore later? You know, let them know that it's okay and that you guys are doing it and that you're doing really well and it's, you know, changing your life in a positive manner. So I hope this answers some questions that you might have about having an MFM in a marriage. If you have any other questions, and I'm sure that some of you do, put them in the comments below and I will answer them. And man, if you are ready to go on a journey to really start to open up and start to really understand your sexual energy and to tap into those deeper levels of sexuality and desires that maybe you haven't allowed to move out, then come and join me in Empower. This has been a phenomenal program. The guys who have been in it are raving about it. They loved it. They loved it from masterclass to masterclass. And yeah, if you're interested and you're curious and you want to know more, then apply for Empower. I will put the link in the description below. Jump in, let's have a chat, and let's get you really confident and powerful in who you are as a masculine being. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you again very soon. Much love making.